Yeah, well, I don't want to get into specifics before we've completed all of our review. And every time we get new
Right.
data, we're then, kind of updating our analysis. But there are definitely
Right.
people on the voter rolls of every state who don't belong there. They're dead. They've moved. They're registered multiple times. There have been reported instances of people because of these insecure double or extraneous registrations going to the polls and having their record voted before they got there. There are clearly people on the voter rolls, including immigrants who are not citizens, and that can include legal immigrants and illegal immigrants who are on the voter rolls. And some states have become very sloppy and loosey-goosey about how people register, and it's self-certification in most jurisdictions. In California, when you go to renew your license, and every 10 years they make you go to the DMV and do it, they ask you if you want to register to vote. I actually had to call a staffer over to the electronic screen and explain to them that there was no option for me to say, I'm already registered. So I might have gotten registered twice because I had moved since the last time. That's kind of the default. It's a mess. And when you couple that with both the mail-in voting with no excuse absentee balloting and some cockamamie schemes that some politicians have advanced to have telephone voting, this is a scary scenario, and it's going to lead to inaccurate elections and people not having confidence in the outcome of our elections, which is a real civics problem in this country that we need to get past.
Harmeet, in your North Carolina settlement, we get a little bit of a sense of the scope. One state, I think you're identifying about 100,000 people who didn't belong on the voter rolls. Is that correct?
Well, the situation there was they were enrolled in the voter rolls without the proper information required by North Carolina law. And so the settlement requires the state, at its expense, to contact those 100,000 voters, get the accurate information from them. And if they're not able to do that, then they need to be removed from the voter rolls. And so that's a big number. As you know, we've had instances of elections won and lost in the last few years, particularly here in the backyard here in Virginia, by one vote. It happens all the time. And so it is not a good response to say, oh, voter fraud is rare. I'm not saying it's fraud. I'm saying it's sloppiness. I'm saying it's inaccuracy. And I'm saying it leads to infirm election results that people can't trust. We need that trust. We need everyone to trust the outcome of the elections. And every citizen is entitled to their vote in a federal election being counted only once and only in conjunction with other legal voters.